Hello, everyone.
Oh, hi, Mike.
All right.
Hello, Mike.
So, what are we doing today? Today we're going to orchestrate the transaction. So we will play the orchestrator, and we will submit the Cold-Credential NFT. So, to explain it briefly, the control of our credential, our Cold-Credential, belongs to the NFT itself, and we're going to lock it with the Pluto script so that the only way to spend it would be to sign the transaction with each one of our respective keys.
So I went to my home directory and then I did the curl of the nix.org install.
Yeah.
And it started to receive some packages right away, but then it gave me something said curl :23 failed writing body open bracket 1347 exclamation point does not equal 1379.
Could you screenshot it and send it to maybe my? We're not friends.
Yep. We're not friends.
You gotta fix that. Yeah, I need to see. I'm.
Okay.
Okay. So for everyone else, is it okay so far? So we created a Nix directory into the etc tab. Actually, I thought I did, but I did not. So you go into etc cd/etc, and then we do sudo make directory nix. Boom. cd/etc.
Sorry, I'm downloading Nix right now.
That's okay.
It's unpacking.
So step 4, we're going to create a directory. So we could do sudo nano because everyone uses nano, and we're gonna call it nix.conf.
Mike, I don't want to pollute your timeline unless with my screenshot, because you're putting in commands which be nice to follow later, don't you think? Or should I delete it out? Well, if I delete it out, will that kind of mess it up?
Oh no, just put it in general chat, or no, actually the chat of the stream.
Yeah, there's a chat for this stream.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I'll do that. Okay, perfect. Yep.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh my god, Cabal next. What's going on, Quasar? Why don't you talk? What's going on?
Damn you, Quasar. I'm just kidding. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, that's nice of you.
Good to see you, man.
He's in.
You're muted. You're muted. You're on mute.
Rotate your camera horizontally if you can.
He's outside. That's dangerous.
Nice.
I don't want to tell you, but there's some kids out front riding their bicycle in my yard.
Call the cops on them.
They heard that we were installing Nix, and they came over and said, "Stop! Don't do it."
We're from the future. Don't install Nix.
Don't install Nix. What are you doing?
You'll never be a Cardano developer. Don't do it.
You're gonna put a series of terrible actions in motion if you install Nix tonight. Please. And then
it's already in motion, by the way. If you didn't know.
Did you send it, Jonah? Because I don't see it anywhere.
No, my Finder crashed on that computer, so I'm working on that right now.
Oh, okay.
What are we putting in this config file?
Well, okay. Maybe I can help you later. I don't mind. So we'll just carry on, and once I get your screenshot, I'll just give you a hand. Okay, so now, did I put that command in there? Governance sudo nano Next. Next right there. Okay. So I'm just gonna copy paste this because we like to copy paste stuff. Whoa. I'm gonna give it to you. So this is what you paste. Right there. So I'm gonna do it as well. Boom. And you have to change here the username with your server or user that you're using on that server. So for me it's Mike_Hornan, like this. And then you just save it. Control X, yes, enter.
Works for me.
Alright. So now the thing we haven't done last time that I should do right now would be, actually wait, I'll just reboot my instance first. So sudo reboot.
I think the problem is that you included a second money sign at the beginning, which you shouldn't.
Right, that's correct. Yeah, you have a money sign there.
Okay.
That shouldn't be there. Good call. Yeah, it comes with a dollar sign because it acts like it's from your environment. So you should not copy the dollar sign.
Okay.
That's a good call. Yeah. We got some knowledgeable people in this workshop. Okay, so where we're at. So,
I
okay.
just
Nix is
sorry, go ahead.
Nix is there. Nix is installed. That's what we got. Now we're gonna do that nice command that I wish I should have known before. That's nix upgrade dash nix, like this. And I'm going to copy paste it there. There you go. And that's what you should get. And once this is done, you go into repo, credential manager. You get back into your credential manager. And you will do nix. Am I too fast? I think I'm too fast. So when you're ready to become an official orchestrator, you do nix develop, like that. You press enter and then amazing things gonna happen. It's going to build your shell. And the first time is going to take some time, but after that, when it's built, the next time you're going to have to type nix develop, it's going to be much faster.
Sevens, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you're working in a virtual environment, is that right? A VPS?
It's not it is a virtual machine, but it's not a VPS.
Okay. Because Nix is asking me to restart the session. Do I have to restart my
Yes.
Linux session on my virtual machine?
Yeah, with
Yes.
sudo reboot.
It's gonna take a minute. Okay.
Oh wait! Before you restart it, you might want to build your config file first.
Okay.
Build your config file and then reboot. That's the step 4. No, wait, step 3. Step 3
Step
is where
3.
it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So you go into etc, and if your nix file doesn't exist, you have to create it with sudo. And then when this is done, you have to go into it.
Okay. So it's telling me I have a Nix file already in there.
Cool.
Okay.
That's great. So you go in there and look if you have a nix.conf file in there. If you do, that's
I do.
okay.
I do.
So you can use a text editor like Nano or Vim to look at it, and don't forget sudo. And you have to copy paste the experimental feature and trusted user. that's
Okay,
in the
so
chat
when I
right
went
now.
into that, unless I spelled it wrong, it's empty. Would that file be empty? Oh no, I say build users group
Yep.
equals. Okay, so I just add the rest that you put there.
Yeah, but you could erase the build user group. Just erase
Okay.
that line and replace it with what's
Experimental minus
yep.
dash features. This okay.
Exactly. And the trusted user, you have to use your username, the one that's here before the at. Yeah. So while we're waiting, I could probably show it to you. I made some lyrics. I made some lyrics for a song. I'm just gonna put it here. I'm not even sure if you're gonna hear it. So that's a Prestige Worldwide song. Worldwide. And honestly, I was hesitating to show it to you because that's heavy metal, and I don't know many people who likes heavy metal. So I'm not even sure if you're gonna hear it if I play it. I'm hesitating, but okay. I'm gonna press play anyway and see.
Let's do it. Come on.
That's my kind of music, okay? But I know I'm like the only one on planet who likes that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm just gonna try it again. And there's gonna be a video about this, so.
Woo!
CC-Credential securely prepared to engage and serve your community.
It's all clear now. It all comes clear. I understand so much more.
Where leaders unite.
Is that you on the mic as well? Are you playing guitar?
I play guitar, but I don't sing that.
You're a one-man band.
Come join
Great.
the campaign.
Question: does the Nix upgrade Nix? Where do I do that from? My Nix directory or anywhere?
What's that?
The Nix upgrade Nix. Does that happen from the Nix directory?
From anywhere. From
anywhere. Okay. I killed the vibe. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, man, please interrupt. We need next. Not Stevie next.
Hey, that's pretty
So
good,
can
Mike.
I-
By the way.
Can I ask what Nix is? Sorry, I jumped in a little bit late here. I didn't make it.
Nix is
right
your
on time.
worst nightmare. Okay.
Yes.
That's a very useful tool, but it's so hard to understand that it's. So I like to compare it. Like last time, I compared it to an igloo because I live up north. So imagine yourself into a little igloo, and inside the igloo you have some tools. And the bad bear that's outside the igloo wants to get in and break your stuff, can't get in. So you can play and build your stuff properly inside your safe igloo, and then when the things you're preparing is ready, you can use it outside the igloo with the bad bear. And the bad bear won't be able to have access to your stuff that's inside the igloo.
Is it just like a sandbox or a test net?
No.
It's
It's a
like ice.
An igloo.
yeah, it's a shell. It's like we call it. Yeah, it's a it's a Nix shell. So it's just to make sure that you build your vote files and your stuff, your credentials, without anyone bad interacting with it while you do it. So it's like a safe environment.
I have another
Oh,
error.
okay. It's like creating your own personal session that no one could
Yeah.
get into because it's your own shell that you're in.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Very centralized.
Okay. But
I think
this is
my,
when you're doing D-rep stuff?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
This is when you're doing D-rep stuff?
No, Constitutional Committee. Yeah, we're doing
Okay,
the.
then I feel like I'm way behind.
yeah, we're doing the big thing now. That's like the Prestige Worldwide Consortium. That's yeah, you need to catch up.
It's okay.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are good questions, though.
I think I messed up my my Nix config comp file. I put it in the. I'm getting an error message, my man.
What's going on?
It's syntax error in config lines. So etc Nix conf. When I tried to upgrade, I got a little error.
Yeah, we just need to see the contents of that file.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a quick question. Why am I getting permission denied when I'm trying to write the Nix config file right now? It's telling me permission denied. I can't
Sudo.
edit it.
Sudo. You need to do sudo before nano.
No, I opened up the file. It's like when I go to save it and write it out. It
Yeah, it's because
says,
when you opened it, you didn't open it without
Yes.
sudo.
oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can see what's
Whoops.
you can see the content, but if you don't use sudo, you're in read only because you don't have writing access to it. And
Okay, thank you. You're right.
I need to be an etc.
yes, of course, that's in etc. etc nix, and then your nix.conf.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost in my file tree right now. I'm looking for my etc file.
Should be in the home directory, right?
No, that's in the root.
Oh, right.
That's /etc/nix. That's in the root directory. So for
Okay,
everyone
there-
else, you should get something like this. Welcome to Nix shell with some, like emojis. Just gonna wait for you guys because what's nice about this workshop is that we can edit the videos and skip the part that's taking much of the time.
Nix.
Nix, your worst nightmare.
You should have done Nix as a workshop on its own, like just Nix.
So what are you doing, Quasar? You're staring at those kids again?
I'm just like a creepy old man in the neighborhood. I'm just watching. I'm not staring. I'm looking
front
out
of
in
your-
space. I'm community watch. Like you guys know me as Cardano Quasar. Here I'm community Quasar. Freaking 8-year-olds, bicycles.
Quasar, the neighbor watch.
You should turn on that torch. Keep it on.
Oh man, like if you turn the lights off, it's amazing what happens around here.
Mike,
Yes.
I'm going to share my screen. Is that okay with you?
Yep.
Can you explain to me what I need to do differently with my life to get through this challenge that I'm facing?
This is no big deal. Go for it. I tried it with both and they're supposed to work. So, it's gonna work anyway. Okay, so that's there. So if you guys want to, you can go back into, I'll do that again, into your home repo credential manager, and from there you will run nix develop. Enter. And since I already built it, it's gonna take me not much time. Is that what you guys see?
The old beautiful Nix shell.
Awesome.
It's
Jonah,
still downloading.
yeah, it normally should take you a while depending on your instance. One more thing, if you have less than 8 gigs of memory, you might encounter some trouble building that.
No, I gave it a VM. I gave it 8 gigs.
Cool.
Should I give it more?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
But 4 would be like slightly too low, I think.
No.
All right. So I'll just wait for the others. There you go.
Roger, did yours finished yet? Building,
No.
or are you still building? Yeah, me too.
Still
Okay.
building.
I can wait, or I can carry on. It's up to you. Anyway, you won't be doing anything because I will play the head of security because I have all your certs. So on your
Mike?
hand, yes.
I just saw my screen is lagging, and I just saw the certificate with my name. I'm not sure if you have the right ones. Just double check them before you. I sent them to your like a DM. I DM'd you the certificates, and I saw in there 2 with my name that were delegates, and I sent you the 3 of them. But we held off on the membership because just in case I can't participate in all of them, not to hold anybody back.
Yes.
So, yeah, so if you use the ones from the DM, are the recent ones, I believe.
Let me check that. So I got membership, delegation, the first ones of order. I'm not seeing 2 delegations. There's only one. There's membership
Or
and
maybe
delegation.
then it's my screen is lagging with the video, so it's possible that it just looked like there was double, but there isn't.
No? I didn't grab the membership one because you asked me not to. So that should be good.
Okay, cool. Just check.
Okay.
So I'm still stuck at the Nix upgrade step, and I tried going back to the credential manager just to make sure it was all installed, but I'm still having a trouble getting past. It always says command Nix not found.
Reboot.
And there's a suit.
You need
reboot.
Yes. You need to reboot.
Okay.
Okay, while you guys are building, this step, you're not gonna have to do it. I'm gonna be the one doing it because I'm the head of security. I should get my little graphic there. The head of security. Super important role. There. So I'm playing this guy here. And I'm gonna be the one minting the NFT. But once this is done, it's going to be minted with a locking script, a locking Bluetooth script, and I can share you that. So you guys can also build transactions using the credential manager. So everyone who has that can build a transaction, but the only way to submit it on chain would be to have the required signatures from the members of the consortium. So that's what I'm going to do right now, if you guys are okay with it, because I'm holding the certs. You only have yours, and I have everyone's cert as the head of security.
And Mike, just to be clear, we're going to take over SanchoNet using this consortium of Prestige Worldwide to establish our own kind of degenerate laboratory, if you will.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the goal.
Sounds fun. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it. I'll zoom it like that. This is the command. So as soon as you're in the shell, you're going to have access to the orchestrator-CLI. So if I just go back a little bit and I type down orchestrator-CLI like this and I press enter, it will build the orchestrator-CLI, and it will build it from Haskell. But of course I'm gonna probably have an error message. Oh no, it's actually building it. Okay. But you could encounter an error message that's going to tell you that your cabal is not up to date, so you would just have to do cabal update. because for any reason your library will be outdated. So it's no big deal.
Which is the website those docs you're following? Credential Manager.
Yes, I linked it in the chat. If you
Okay.
go into governance chat, governance. The governance chat, you scroll up, it's right above the nixos.org link. There's the credential manager read doc. But if you go through the intersect repo here, the one I shared you as well, the link is right here. So it gives you access to a Git book where you can see from here all commands from the orchestrator-CLI. There's a signing tool as well, but we're not going to use it. The way I was seeing this is that I want to explain to you how it works, and then once we understand how it works, we could go through the signing tool. Because if you're used to transactions and transacting from the CLI or with Cardano, you'll know that as soon as you sign a transaction, the witness that you give is only for that transaction. If you change anything on that transaction, the witness is invalid, because what you witnessed with your key is the actual file that you signed. So that tool has been made. How can I phrase that? When you build the transaction, you have to include the required signature. So you have to know in advance who's going to sign it, because you have to include a required signer hash within the transaction.
Oh, excuse me.
But here's the thing, if you're like 8 persons and you don't necessarily want to know who's going to sign it for many reasons, and you just want to have a threshold of signature, this tool is going to generate every possible transactions that you could generate for all those peoples to vote depending on their threshold. And the signing tool is going to bundle all those possibilities of transactions into a file that you're going to sign. So you're going to give many witnesses depending on all the possibilities. So that will allow you to, within the transaction, do a signing threshold instead of just specifically require each specific signatures. Yeah, that's a pretty tricky one to understand. So that's why I figured I would just go through the basics and then we'll get to there as it gets clearer and clearer. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Good with me.
Hey,
Sounds good.
Roger, did you build?
Still building.
I got an error, so I don't know if the multi-user thing is we're gonna be able to push through on that. But I'll show you. I'm gonna put the error in the chat. Maybe it's not the one maybe it's unrelated to your.
Okay. I'm tempted to get one of my old laptops because I already have Nix on it installed. It would be much. I have like a laptop with Nix OS on it. Would it? I don't. I think I just have to get the right.
You just have to upgrade it,
as
and
long as it's not-
yeah, it's gonna work.
Yeah. But I'll see until I hit a wall. So far, it's still updating.
What happened?
Yeah, so mine is building the yeah, that's the thing. As soon as as soon as your Nix shell is built, you're gonna have to build the orchestrator CLI within it. And once this is done, this is the last time you're gonna have to compile it, which is good for us. And everything from that point should be way faster. So right now I just typed down orchestrator CLI from that shell, and it's building it right now, but it's building it in Haskell. And once this is done, I will be able to prepare the credential files that we will submit in a transaction.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I've tried a couple of times in development environments with Nix, man, and it's always been the thing that stopped me from getting any further. Just like I'm like, nah, you know what? Maybe I'll try something else, like Demeter or something. I'll just use Dolos, okay?
You got this.
Because imagine if
Cardano
Mike
needs
wasn't
you.
here. Imagine if you're doing this on your own, and then it's like,
Mike's a good man. He's got the heart of a teacher.
all right, there you go.
Honestly, I just didn't. My life is going crazy. I didn't have time to prepare the step-by-step tutorial in the readme the readme.md file, but that's like, it's common. Trust me, bro.
Tell me what. Tell me what we're doing here in this command that you gave me.
This command
we're
is
changing the ownership of the user from Jonah to Jonah.
Yeah, from Jonah the user and the group Jonah. So you're changing the Nix file. Yeah, the Nix file user, the owner of that Nix file, mostly. And honestly, I was thinking about just doing that as well with the file Nix itself. Should have done that too.
Okay, and now I should try the build again, or the upgrade. Nix upgrade.
Wait. Not sure that's gonna work.
Without the conf?
Yeah.
Should I do the first one or second? I already did the first command. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll try it.
And now you want me to run it the second one instead?
No, both.
Okay, one after the other. Okay.
Shelfer package, Nix store.
Sudo change own Jonah. Nix. etc Nix. /
Oh, hey, okay, cool. It looks like I got it.
Okay.
Oh,
Now should I try the upgrade Nix?
Try it. Oh, that's done. My CLI is built.
No, I got the same error message. Permission denied again. So I'm gonna try these two commands again. Sudo change. Sudo chown. Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah, I had this same problem and I spent like half an hour, and at the end what worked was just uninstalling multi-user, install single user, and then
All right. So what's the command to uninstall Nix?
I put the commands like in the chat. They're a little bit
Thank
above.
you. Okay.
Did he?
Oh, I see it. Yep.
I'm going to briefly share my screen one more time with you guys. That's okay.
Just be careful. There's one for multi-user, and then I posted for single user. So make sure that you run the multi-user one.
Yeah. Command to uninstall Nix multi-user if you want to install single user is the one I'm going to do.
Yep, one command at a time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're sharing the right screen. Okay. What's going on? Yeah, that's good. That's great. This is what you're supposed to see.
That's wonderful news.
You're doing it, man. Good job.
I'm the smartest man alive on the planet right now.
On the planet Central. Okay. So now, if I recap, we did the nix develop command to get into the shell, and from the shell we did orchestrator-CLI command to build the orchestrator CLI. And now that it's built, if you do it again, you will see nothing. Let me do that again. Orchestrator CLI. I'm just going to do -- help because that's usually what we do to get some commands. And if you do that and this is what you see, you will see all available commands of the orchestrator CLI. And you can see that you can, oops, my bad. And you can see that you can initiate your cold credential, initiate your hot credential. You can authorize the hot credentials with the cold credentials. There's commands to vote. There's command to resign committee, resign membership, resign delegation, resign voting, rotate the cold credentials.
And the orchestrator can technically build using any of these, but it won't be authorized unless we sign off on it.
Exactly. Because you can build the transaction itself, but since your NFT that you minted is locked by a smart contract, the only way to unlock it and to trigger one of those commands is to spend that NFT. So you spend it and it gets back into your locking script from the same address, so it's from it to it.
Intra wallet.
Yeah. And you get it. It triggers the vote or the resignation or the whatever command you're trying to do.
Very cool.
Does the NFT resides on UTXO in the script itself, or it's inside of a wallet?
That's inside the script address.
Okay, and then this orchestrator CLI that you're running, usually you run this on the cold environment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because it's isolated anyway. So if you run it from a hot environment, it will do the same as if you run it in a cold environment, but it's just less safe. So might as well go and use this in the cold environment because it's a shell. You can't interact. I cannot from this interact directly to the blockchain because I'm within the shell. So these tools are only to build for example, your vote transaction or a specific file that you're going to use and include in your transaction, but not the transaction itself. Transaction itself is built outside the shell. So for example, I'm going to mint the NFT from the orchestrator CLI, but once the NFT is created, I'm going to submit it on chain outside of the credential manager.
Yeah, because it looks like everything we have done up to now, it's like local, right? We have not sent anything to the blockchain up to now.
Yes, exactly. That's a good point. So everything we've done so far, you can do it all from a cold environment. But you have to make sure to build these tools in it before you make it cold, right? So you have to have your environment. Everything's already there by default in a sense that the OpenSSL is installed within your Linux. Normally it comes with it by default. So I would say that you only need the Cardano CLI binaries in there and not even the node because it's a cold environment and the credential manager. That's it. And the Cardano signer if you generate those credentials from a mnemonic phrase.
Quick question. How do you know which Nix version you're supposed to use with a specific credential manager version?
I'd say use the latest, and once it's installed, just don't update it.
Okay.
If you don't need to, because for example, the one I have in my cold environment is clearly not the latest version, but it works.
And they don't specify that on the credential manager repository, like
Well,
you should use.
if you want to update it and use the latest tools, you're gonna have to, yes. Because for example, when I built mine, we didn't have the signing tools, so
Okay.
I'm still technically using the. I'm still technically requiring each person's signature, so I have to specify exactly who is going to sign it. But if I wanted to use this tool, I would have to update my credential manager tool in my cold environment and the NICs as well. But to do that at this point for me would be a vulnerability on the security side, so I'm not going to. But if, for example, we want to be reelected and we have to submit new credentials, well, even not, I don't know what I'm going to do anyway, but I might build a new environment from scratch and have those tools updated there. I don't know. You have to know that as soon as you expose your cold environment to hot environment, even for an update, you're endangering your keys and your credential stuff. So make sure you do it properly if you plan to do it.
Encrypt your cold keys at all times.
Yeah, encrypt, get them out of your cold environment. I'll probably wipe everything out of that memory and rebuild from scratch and then put them back there. That's the way I would do it. Yeah. So there's pretty clever ways to do that. I think I mentioned before that we're going to talk specifically about this, how to build a cold environment in future workshops. But right now it's CentroNet, and we don't care.
We're doing it Sancho style,
Sancho
quick
style.
and dirty.
Okay, so do you want me to carry on? Right? I want to.
Carry on, good sir.
Yeah, I want
Yes.
to. I want to submit that NFT on CentroNet before we leave. So, okay, I'm gonna go back into my transaction. So I'm in the shell right now, because you see it's all green and it says Nick shell. So I'm still in the shell, and my orchestrator CLI is built. So I'm just gonna go into my certificate authority directory that I've put in there. There it is. There you go. And I got all your certificates here. Well, I have your certificate signing request too, but anyway. So I have them there, and I need to rely on this list here. So I'm gonna put it there, and okay. So that's my list. And maybe I will use that command over there, and I'll do what we like to do, which is copy paste. Whoops. Notepad. I like notepads. There you go. Trying to stick that over here. There it is. Paste. Okay. So now if I rely on that list, I need to put each one of your certs, and I have to specify each members and each delegation roles that I have within those certs. So the command is pretty much membership cert and the path to it. So here it's an example certificate. We're not going to use that path, obviously, and I'm already in the directory of those files. So I'm going to build it from there. So all I need to do is to mention the certs. So I'm going to go in order. So Mike Hornan. So that's Mike dash membership.cert. Okay, that's the first one. Second one is Van. So that's Van
Hey, that's me.
Yep. 210. That's how you called it. Oh no, yeah, I called it Van membership. Yeah, I used the same naming convention. Membership. Van membership cert.
Fan membership cert.
Who's next? Jonah. Do I have him? Yes.
Jonah membership cert. You're welcome for that, guys.
Actually, I need more. Need more.
You're
one more.
welcome.
There's more of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good. We're good. Okay. So now we have a command here, but here's the thing. As you can see here, it says testnet. So obviously, if you do that on mainnet, I'm hoping that you understand that this has to be mainnet. That's written there, right? Just so you guys know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. The seed input. That's a very important one. Your NFT policy number will be derived from that seed, and that seed is going to be one of the UTXO that you spend from your payment wallet to generate that NFT. Because in terms of randomness, that's pretty good, right? Because you're just grabbing a UTXO. And everyone that has this seed can generate and recreate your credentials the same way. So what this means is that anyone in the world could be an orchestrator for your group. And anyone in the world could generate your transactions. But again, if you want to be able to do stuff with your credentials, you need everyone's signatures. Except when you create those credentials. I'm going to create this NFT and I'm going to submit it on chain, and I do not need any of your signatures to do that. But that will generate a script hash. And this is the script hash that we need to go on chain as the constitutional committee. So after that, we need to be elected within SanchoNet constitutional committee. So I will have to submit an update committee governance action with the hash that will be generated from this.
Okay.
Which will represent our CC-Cold-Credential as the constitutional committee on SanchoNet. And if the SanchoNet citizens doesn't vote for us, we will not make it there. But I already did some politics and lobbying within.
You pulled some strings.
I hope I did. I hope so.
It's nice.
So anyway, you need this. You need the seed input, and right now it's just giving you the one that's by default used to test that orchestrator tool, and obviously that's not the right one. So if you don't change that here, it's not gonna work. So I need to get the UTXO from my SanchoNet wallet. So I will get out of this orchestrator tool. I'll get out of my shell, and since I already have a node right now on SanchoNet that's running, I hope it's still running. Yeah, I have a node that's working on SanchoNet, so I can do queries and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just go back into my repo, credential manager. Oh wait, no, I need my keys. Yep, keys. So the wallet I'm gonna use for the payment is in there. And my address is, I called it payment.address. So this is the address of the wallet I'm going to use. If you guys doesn't know how to create a wallet or how to use a wallet from the CLI. There's a tons of video I made for that with Van. Maybe I can link them to you if you find that useful. That's within the playlist that we did on those CentralNet tutorial. You remember, Van? The first one we did?
Oh yeah.
So we pretty much explain everything that you need to know to create a wallet. It's pretty much just, you know, payment keys with an address that you generate from it. And from that address, you query money from the faucet. And as soon as you have money, you can query your UTXO, but it's all explained on the playlist. Because I could get you through that now, but it's going to take a couple hours more. So I'm just going to do the query. Cardinal CLI, Conway, query, UTXO. I need the UTXO from my payment address. Address, cat, payment.addr. And this is my UTXO here. Oh, I only have one. Oh gosh, this is sad. Okay, so now I have a problem. I need more than one UTXO because I need a collateral.
Go to the faucet.
I could do that too. That's a great idea. Yeah,
Actually, that's a good idea.
that's a good idea. I was gonna transact to myself and create two outputs, but your idea is much better.
Get 100,000, man.
Yeah.
Am I gonna have to increase my memory because it's killing the process when I.
You have only.
But I only have 4 gigs on this instance. That's probably why, right?
Right. You need 8. I tried many times.
Mine
with
gave
4.
me an error.
If you're running the node, you can stop the node and then run and then
Oh,
finish.
okay.
Not,
That makes sense.
it might work. I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. So.
Oh, here, I'll try it. Let's see.
Okay. In the meantime, I will go into one of my favorite website, which is
No.
sancho.network. And then from there, I go into documentation and I'll find the faucet. Scroll down and I will copy my address and paste it there. No, I'm not a robot. Water hydrant.
We're not super 100% of that.
I am not a robot.
He's glitching.
You're glitching. Yes.
It can't lie.
There you go.
That was really a great idea you had there. Okay, let's see. Query again. Need to wait for a block. Yay!
Yay.
Got it. Okay. So I'm just gonna go and grab these UTXO. So the first one, I'll put it somewhere here so I can remember it. Well, actually, this will be my first UTXO. There you go. And the index is 0. So this will be my seed input.
Oh, you have an error. You have a mistake
What's that?
in the CA that /third.
What?
In
C-
the third argument, the CA cert.
Oh, good call. Good call. Very good call. Yeah, let me just credential manager, transaction, and then certificate authority. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's a very good call. Yeah, so that's the example certificate. It wouldn't have worked. So they called it cacert.pem and mine is cacert.pem as well. Okay, good. So I'll just erase that like that. And it should work. But that's the orchestrator-CLI tool, so I need to get back into my Nix shell. So Nix develop. There you go. All right. So I should be ready to copy and paste it. It worked! Yay!
Sweet.
No news, good news. So
Prestigious.
if I ls, you will see that now there's a new file that's called init-cold. Okay. And if I get into it, you will see that I have a good couple of files in there. So there's the credential Plutus, there's the Plutus script for the credential, there's the minting script as well for the NFT, the NFT address. So that's pretty much where the NFT is going to go back every time you spend it. The datum. So this is very interesting because the datum, just gonna put that there. The datum is what we saw in the graphic that I showed you guys before. nft.datum.json. So this here is our credentials hash. So if you verify any of your credentials, even the hash of your verification key, you should see that it's the same hash than what you got in there. So you have the hash of your key and the hash of your cert. So if I use mine, for example, I'm not going to do them all, but if I go back, so here I have my membership verification key here, right? So if I hash it, Cardano CLI hash, no, actually that's address. Right. It's Conway. Address key hash. And I use the payment verification key file, and I do my membership.vkey. I got my hash here. That's the
It's
hash.
a nice looking hash.
That's the hash of my verification key. I'm gonna paste it here so we can see it. If I scroll up, I used mine as the first, right, in that command. So my membership here, my cert is there. That's the first one. So you see here, this one is the certificate authority. So normally this hash here should be the same as the one I got there. There you go. So as you can see, it's the same hash. So this is the hash of my membership key, the verification key of my membership key. And the bottom here is the hash of the certificate itself. So again, if I go back to my certificate, repo, credential manager, transaction, certificate authority, I got all the certs there, and I just hash it, SHA-256 sum Mike membership cert, I get an hash. Let's grab it. I'll paste it here, right below my verification key hash. I scroll up, I get back there. I got my verification key hash that we verified, and here should be the hash of my certificate. And as you can see, it is the same. So this means that from this, there's a way to verify who signed on what. And it's
So I would be the second on the list here.
Yep, I cannot hash your verification key, but you can do it. So this normally here, then if you hash your verification key using this command that I can show you guys, if you want to verify
CLI Conway address hash or no key hash. No.
I'll just paste it in the governance.
Okay.
Saw the first here, the first fields. This is your certificate authority, and then the list, the first list that you see there of 6 bundle of hash is our 6 memberships in the order that you've done in that command. So first one, Mike, Van, Jonah, Ryan, Johnny, Arcella. And
Beautiful.
here, the second list is the delegators. So you got 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your locking script, well, the datum that locks your NFT. And the NFT is not in there, but anyway. So if I share to you guys this file, the init cold, you guys can create from the orchestrator CLI any transactions of our group. So,
okay, sweet.
for example, if one day I'm sick, I can't do it. You want to build a transaction, then you can just grab this file and you can craft the authorization cert if you want to. You can craft not the vault, because the vault is done from the hot credentials. But
okay.
now that we have this, with the cold credentials, we cannot authorize the hot credentials because we're not yet part of the constitutional committee, right?
Yeah, right.
So if I get into it, I need to submit something on CentroNet. And what you need to submit is the credential hash. So if I cat the credential plutus.hash, this here is our script hash. So when I create the governance action update committee, this is the key hash or the script hash that I need to submit in the governance action. So I can do it. I can do it right now. I'm not going to explain it because we have video that explain exactly that I did with Fan. So I'm just gonna do credential CC, and I'm going to paste it there to submit it. And this is all I need. I need nothing else. Okay, so a quick recap on what we did. So we installed Nix. We also installed the orchestrator CLI. Now we're ready to mint the NFT, our cold credential NFT, with the certificate that we got. So I have all my certificate here, and I would have to query Cardinal CLI Conway query from a hot node. I will query the UTXO of my payment address that I'm going to use to transact and mint the NFT. So UTXO address, and this is the result of cat payment.addr, which is my payment address. So I got 2 UTXOs here. And one of these 2, which is this one, is the one that I'm going to use as a seed for my policy ID of my NFT. So as you can see here, I'm using my seed input, which is going to be here, this UTXO, and I'm going to have to spend this UTXO when I will submit my NFT on chain. So I got all memberships of my consortium, delegations, and I need to do that from the Nix shell environment. So I will do Nix develop to get into my Nix shell. I'm in my Nix shell, and now I will paste this command here. So I got orchestrator-CLI, the seed input, testnet, my certificate authority, the 6 members that we got in the Prestige Worldwide consortium, and the 6 members the 6 delegation roles that we have. And the output file is going to be the directory init cold. Oh, yeah, my bad. Forgot to change that. There you go. I didn't have the right path for my certificate authority, so that's it. That's the good seed and everything, and it's done. So now I have my init cold. Okay, so now this is done. The next step will be to submit that NFT on chain, and this is the part that we haven't done in the workshop. We should have done. Okay, so now we're at this step. So here it is again. Transaction build command, the change address, the transaction in, which is the UTXO seed also that I need to spend, a UTXO for the collateral, transaction out, it's going to be the NFT address, the address of the locking script. And we also need to specify the datum, which contains all our key hash. And we're going to mint our NFT here, the policy ID. And the script, we have to include the minting script and the redeemer file. And it's going to give us a body file that we'll need to sign. There it is. That's done. So now we need to sign it. All right, let's go and sign it. But we're going to use the right key. And my key is the payment.s key. And it's going to create our transaction file that is signed. And next step is to submit it. That's it. Transaction submitted. We have our NFT on chain. But now to verify that it's on chain, we can query the address of the NFT file. So if you go into your init cold and you do cat nft.addr, you will see an address here. And we can query it on chain. So what we'll do is we'll do Cardano CLI Conway query UTXO, and we will use the address that we have here, which is nft.addr, and we want the output to be in JSON. And if we press enter, whoops, I made a typo. Option address. Oh, right. The address is the result of cat nft.addr. And we have it right here. Our NFT is on chain. Okay, so final step. Command is here. We have the update committee governance section, testnet, the deposit amount that we need to add, which is the query to pretty much go get it. The deposit return stake, that's your stake key or your stake address where you want the money to go back to. Your anchor, which is your metadata URL. And if I want to get it, I want to get the hash from that file, I'm just going to go get it. That's done, and now I'm going to do Cardano CLI hash, and then anchor data and file text. which in my case is proposal.jsonld. And I got my hash here. I will get it and paste it there as my hash of the file I'm trying to submit. Now I need to add my cold script hash. That's the hash of our credential. So it is located in the init cold directory that we just made, and this is the content of credential plutus.hash. So this is the script hash that we need to submit on chain here, which is going to be our consortium script hash. And on CentralNet, I'm putting our term length to 1000, which is the same as Samuel's key, if I'm not wrong. The threshold, we also include it, and we're ready to go. Let's do it. That's gonna work. No news, good news. That's what they say. Okay, so now we have to build our transaction. So let's do it. We're going to build it. It is called update committee.action. Update committee.action. And alright, now it's time to sign it. Let's use this template. Transaction body file, that's the right one. Payment.skey, good, signed. And we'll submit it on CentralNet. There you go. This is done. So we have our NFT on chain. Now that governance action is also submitted. Let's see it. Cardano CLI Conway query governance state, and at the very end of it you can see here that's our governance action. It's on chain. It's ready to be chilled. All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. That was helpful. Good.
Yeah, gentlemen, I need to leave. But thank you very much,
Yeah, I have to
Mike,
go
for your
too.
time.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Mike go too as well. I'll
Bye.
see you guys.